This is Durags and Conversations on 94.1 KPFA Radio in Berkeley. And so just like everybody else, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Asia. I am located here in the Bay Area, Oakland, California. I've been in the Bay since 2008, originally in Vallejo. But we're here now. I take up photography and music production and business endeavors. At different stages with all those things, but those are my passions. I work with a Nikon D750 camera we have here.
Boom.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a beast. There's one more model above it, so this one's pretty up there, and it's good to work with, good to learn on.
What age was it when you decided to tap into photography?
Let me see. I got my first real camera, Nikon D50-100, and it's a nice little camera. I would say maybe 2014 is when I was kind of like, okay, this is something I could do on my own. This is something I'm going to need to take into my own hands because, parents always have you in sports or swimming or have you doing something just to do it.
Right.
And that was kind of something that they saw that I could pick up. So they would give me a camera to borrow, or my grandfather would let me borrow one of his cameras for a while. And eventually he was like, okay, I see that you're really holding this down. So he just gave it to me, and that was great. And from then on, it's just been up to me to increase my skill and make sure that I'm actually grasping these things. And I have. Right. And I've upgraded, and right. I've done the things I need to do to make sure that I can present this to the world.
Absolutely, absolutely. What are some of the favorite things that you like to shoot?
I would say I'm an emotional person, so I kind of rather than having something super dramatic and super somebody crying in a field or something like that, I'd rather something more calm and solid to look at. So I guess I kind of right now am shooting more nature things, trying to make sure I can work with just whatever levels and situations that the world can give me out in nature. Mm-hmm. But generally, I would say things with a lot of contrast, light and darkness, color contrast, something that's very clear versus something that's very blurry, things like that.
Okay. What is the pro and the con of being a Black female creative? What are some of the rewards of being doing your own thing, your own business, and what's some of the negative aspects of it?
Man, especially being that I'm newly into the world and newly trying to just network and go full force. It's been a lot of eye-opening things as a Black creative, a Black woman. It just feels like sometimes, let's say negatives to get it out the way, but sometimes it just feels like, you got the weight of the world on your shoulders. It's like people expect the top of the top from you, but at the same time, kind of push you so hard that it feels like maybe you shouldn't it's just difficult. You feel like
and don't want to pay.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's okay, right. I want the top of everything, but I'm gonna knock you down for it.
Exactly.
It's something you got to work with. It's something that's just life. It's frustrating, but it's honestly, I guess at the end of the day, it becomes a reward because you see how far you've come. You see how strong you are. You see how, what you've overcome and how the people are reacting towards your art, towards your feelings, towards your passion.
How important is it for young Black creatives, especially for Black female creatives, to market and to put themselves out there? Because oftentimes we're taught to just push the product or just do whatever it is that you want to do. Whatever it is that you want to do, just do it. But we're not taught to market and business and all that aspect. So how important is it? And, how important is it to trust certain people, when it comes to your business?
Yeah, so
because a lot of people get messed up over that, financial reasons, all of that good stuff.
People get TLC.
Right, start filing out them bankruptcy check. Right.
So I think a major step that's missed a lot of times is people see the the end goal, the product, before they see the journey of how it took to get there, or where they started. So I guess a good example that would tie into no matter what you're doing, if you're trying to be a creative in the creative niche or not, you need to make sure that you have the bottom line for yourself. Not that you do need help in life or network, you need connections, you need somebody to help you open up more doors. But at the end of the day, I feel like people should always have a plan. Like, if this doesn't work, I'm going to have something that I need to be okay with, because a lot of times people are just shooting and start to go this direction that the first person they said, hey, we got $1 million for you, come here and take it. And they're like, okay, let's go do that. And they realize
And
that
then
they
sign
just
that contract.
Yeah, and they
realize
realize the
you ain't
fine
got
print.
no you ain't got no $1 million after they took out for this and that and that.
Yeah,
you end up with $1,000.
Yeah, first is the person who saw, oh, we got $1 million for you, and then person say, okay, that's a great option. Let me make sure that if that doesn't work, I got something to go for, or let me make sure that this is something to go for in the first place. Like, you need to read the fine prints and have something for yourself no matter what, because that's what I think the biggest failure is people jump off without anything to land on.
Right. And not having the proper education and the tools,
yes,
and the foundation to help them achieve what they're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
Before you go, I had talked to you before, and you said that you had knew somebody in the music industry, and that you were trying to get like your own music record label out into the on the internet. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, so I do have a few business plan. Well, I have a small business plan idea and a larger one. The larger one is the one that you're talking about, and it's definitely going to be something specifically for creatives in the world. I'm going to start off locally in the Bay Area, and I'm talking about creatives where it comes to music production, the producers, the singers, the background singers. If you want a video, the videographer, the models, the whatever the purpose of the video is, even leading up to the promotion and marketing of it to an extent. I want to be the source, or have a platform where people can just come to the platform and be able to meet who they need to meet, or kind of more specifically get to who they want to get to. Because a big problem that I see right now is a lot of people and a lot of my peers are like, oh, I want to do this, but it's like I can't find the missing piece, or I need to find the missing piece, and that's a bit overwhelming for me. Like, how am I supposed to ask for prices? How am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to do that?
Right.
Which means a lot of other people are on the same page. Like,
right.
I just want to find that person who's looking for the same thing that I'm looking for. That's my goal, is to put something together where you can smooth out that process.
Okay.
And that would be online, and that would be with a label or a group, a networking group that can support that.
Oh, okay, absolutely. That sounds amazing. And so how can people get in contact with you if they want to reach out to you, book a photo shoot? That's what we're trying to do.
Absolutely.
If they want to book a photo shoot, they want some advice on promotion and marketing and music, all of that good stuff. What are some ways that they can contact you? Okay,
so right now I'm going through a little transition period with the music and the photography. I'm working on building a little studio set up so that there's a place to meet, place to have creativity, and also trying to figure out a definite platform to use my photography for. So if somebody wants to speak or network or talk to me for any reason, first thing is you can go to Instagram, and it's only Queen Asia, underscores in between those words. This was so fun. This was so much fun, Asia. I'm so glad, so thankful that you came through and stopped by Durags and Conversations. I'm just really appreciative. Much love, much success to you. I'm definitely looking out for you in 2020. And thank you. I'm keeping it on my side as well. Right, absolutely. And I might need a photo shoot, so absolutely. If you need a photo shoot, let me know. Okay, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. This is Durags and Conversations with your boy, Dat Boy Media, on 94.1 KPFA. And I will holler at y'all later. Thank you. All right.